everyone. So
Hi,
we're back.
everyone.
And we have some interesting topics to talk about today.
We do.
But before we start, I do want to say, on the drive over to the studio, we were both having anxiety.
So nervous.
I don't know why. I think because we don't know what we're doing.
We don't.
We realized
we
that
have
today.
no clue. We've just started this. We did the first one in my bedroom with an iPhone. Now we're trying to step up our game a little bit.
Get a little more professional.
So we have this beautiful studio.
Yes. And we have some cameras set up to get different angles. Hopefully they're all recording correctly.
Yes. And we have a beautiful assistant who
Yes.
is not on camera.
And today I'm drinking a Cosmopolitan.
And I am drinking a dirty martini.
So, cheers.
Cheers.
And let's get started.
Yes.
So, what brought you to LA?
So I initially moved out here because I had a record deal, because I'm also a singer, just like you.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up staying and then had a family out here.
Yeah. What were your thoughts of LA?
Oh, I love it. I still love it. I still feel the same as I felt in the beginning.
Yeah.
To me, LA is like a mixture of London and Spain.
Yeah.
It's like it's got the, entertainment business like London, and then the weather like Spain.
Yeah, and it's pretty laid back.
And amazing food.
Yeah.
I love this city. A lot of people complain and they say it's fake, but I don't mind it. I would rather have happy people around, even if it's fake, than miserable people
Yeah.
that are real.
No, I totally get that. I mean, I grew up here. Been here since I was 3, 2.
No.
No?
You've been here since you were like 3 months.
Yeah. But we moved to Chicago when I was like
5 for a little bit.
For a little bit, but I've been here
for
my
a
whole
year.
life.
But
yeah.
you were here when you were a baby, but you just don't remember, I guess.
Yeah, but like I grew up here, went to schools here, and I feel like people from LA or who grew up like in LA are completely different than the people who moved to LA. And I tell everyone that, like, there's such a difference.
But I'm not really LA people.
Yeah, but you're from London,
Right.
which is like a city, and it's completely different.
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah. It's completely different than like moving from mid-America to LA, or even, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I guess everybody has different experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your experiences?
Well, I mean, I've been going out since I was like 17, 16. And I think the subject that like we mainly want to talk about is the celebrities that we've met
Right.
and that like we know and are friends with and whatever, in our stories that we have.
Right. We came up with a little idea. Well, initially I said, let's do naughty or nice list.
Mm-hmm.
But then Star said, well, it's not that close to Christmas. Halloween's coming up.
How about trick or treat?
Yes. So is he a trick or a treat?
Mm-hmm.
Or she?
Yeah. He or she, a trick or a treat.
Mm-hmm.
We met the weekend. That, I don't even know what that
Together.
was. Yeah, together. That was very just strange. I don't even know.
It was his birthday.
Yeah. We went to his party, and he met you, and he saw you. He was like, oh, my God, you're Anna. You're Anna, fantastic. And you talked about Prince. And he's like, Prince is, like, my idol. And then he thought that I was Prince's daughter. He was just like, oh, and this is my daughter. And he was like, oh, my God, I can't believe. And we were like, what is happening?
No, it's my daughter. But I think he was a little tipsy. He was just insistent about it.
Yeah. We were like, no. And he was like, that's crazy. I can't believe it. And we're like,
He's like, I have so much respect for you, and especially for you.
Yeah.
For you. But it was his birthday. We can't blame him. He, must have been drinking.
mm-hmm.
But he was nice. Do you want to pick?
He was. See, it's kind of like a trick and a treat. He was in between.
He was a treat to us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He may have been a trick to someone else, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Sean Kingston. Trick or treat?
A treat. He was really nice, and he had sparkly alcohol.
He did?
Yeah.
Ooh. I want that on our next.
And he let us ride his Iohawks. That was that what they were called? Hoverboard? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fun. Okay. Who else do we have? David Dobrik.
Okay, David Dobrik, I met. So I was dating his roommate when I was like 17, and like they had just moved to LA. And he was really nice every time I saw him. Like, but like they all shared like there was like 2 rooms, and they shared a room, like each of them. Like there's 4 people who lived there. And
Really?
yeah. When he first moved to LA, like before everything got started, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that. That's so personal for his life.
Not
but
really.
Whatever. I was dating one of his roommates, so I was there all the time. And then one night, like, we just started talking. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, you know, my dad's in the entertainment business. He was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. He actually was in Death Row, and he produced for Tupac.
Not jail.
Yeah,
The record company.
my dad was on Death Row. No, my dad produced for Tupac. And he was like, what? He goes, all right, I have a question. Is Tupac really dead? And I was like, yep. He was like, how do you know? I was like, my dad said they smoked his ashes. And he was like, that's fucking insane. He's like, I can't believe that. He's like, I need to meet your dad. Like, I need to do. And I was like, yeah. And then I stopped seeing the guy. But every time I saw him, he was very nice.
Yeah.
So that's all that I know from years ago. And I saw him recently, and he remembered me. And I was like, hey. He was like, oh, my God. I needed to tell. I was like, my dad smoked. It's like, my dad smoked Tupac's ashes. And he was like, yes. He's like, where do I know you from? And I was like, years ago. I was like, oh my God, how have you been? Whatever. And I was like, yeah,
Really
great.
nice.
But really nice to me.
So
yeah.
David Dobrik is a
treat.
treat. Who else do we have? Justin Bieber. You weren't there, were you?
No. No, I wasn't. But was he a trick or a treat?
A treat.
Oh, yeah. Why'd you have to say it like
He was a complete treat.
a treat?
This was years ago. Before he was famous, he was 5. No.
It was years ago.
This was years ago before he was with his wife. And he was so lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was with our cousin Danielle and my friend Marcia. Can I say names? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
nothing wrong about them. Yeah. We were all out and he was there. And we were walking behind him in the club and he turned around and he literally was like in front of me and he turned around and he went, who are you? And I was like, who? He's like, you. I was like, oh, me? And my cousin was poking me in the back. She goes, he's trying to talk to you. And I was like, what the fuck? This is so weird. But he was really cute, really nice.
Yeah.
A treat.
Cute. I like that. I like that for him.
Yeah.
I want him to be a treat.
Yeah. And I believe he is. And I think he's really sweet with his wife. I cannot think of
I have
names
no
'cause-
idea. I feel like people just like to hate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because he's Justin Bieber.
What's her
so,
name
like,
again? She's lovely.
Haley.
That's
Haley
it.
Bieber now. Haley
Yes.
Baldwin. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, they're in love. They're living their life.
I think they're gorgeous. I think they're happy and I think they're very good for each other.
Yeah. I feel like people just want to hate because he's Justin Bieber. So they obviously want him to be like single or like who he was with when he was like 15.
Yeah.
When we all knew him. Like, change is very difficult, especially to like your favorite celebrity, like you know who you grew up with. So like seeing him dating somebody else other than the other celebrity that you also grew up with.
Yeah.
I feel like people are like, no, go back with Selena, but it's like people change, people move on, life happens. He's not a child anymore, you know.
No, I think they're great for each other.
Yeah.
I think they're gorgeous. I think they're having a baby.
No, I don't think so.
Is that just a rumor?
Probably.
Okay. Well, I know nothing. Who else do we have? Katy Perry.
I wasn't there for that one either.
Absolute treat. Very lovely.
Miley Cyrus. You met Miley Cyrus. I remember this.
Gorgeous. So nice. You met Miley Cyrus too.
Oh my God. I totally forgot. Yeah, I did when I was really little.
Yes.
And I was
the
we were
Beverly
at
Center.
Beverly. Oh my God. We were at the Beverly Center. And this is honestly, I was so embarrassed because I was really small. I'm still small. Look, my feet. I'm still small, but I was really tiny. And I was like, oh my God, it's Miley Cyrus. And so like we were in the elevator.
We were at the valet.
At the
we came at
valet.
the elevator and she was standing there with her mom and I think, don't know if the dad, but a bunch of people. At the valet. I mean, there weren't that many people. It was just her and her crew and us.
Mm-hmm. And so I walked kind of like behind, like almost like behind the mom.
And I was like, go say hi.
Go say hi. And I was
you
like, okay.
Miley.
Me being so shy, you know, back to the last episode when I was little. I go up and I'm like, hi, Miley. The mom turns around. She had a huge bag. Hits me in the face with her bag. I'm like, and I don't even think anybody saw that I just
No,
ran
the mom did. She was like, she looked at me. She went, oh my God, I'm sorry. I was like, sorry, you okay? This is so awkward.
Oh.
After I was like, go up.
Go up, say hi. I'm like, hi, Miley. Get hit in the face by her mom's purse. And I was like, that was so embarrassing. We got in the car and I was like, oh my God. I can't believe that happened.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And who else?
Oh my God, Craig Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, total treat.
Total treat.
Love him. I remember when I was at home, I was sleeping. You guys came back home. You were all hanging out. I hear the piano, and I hear him talking, and I was like, in my room. I was in I think high school, and I was like, that sounds like Craig Robinson. I was like, who is here? Is my mom watching TV? What is that? And I go outside. I literally just woke up. I'm in my pajamas, and I was like, Mom, you guys in the living room. He's playing piano, and I was like, what the fuck? And you're like, Star, you have to come meet my friend Craig. He's from Chicago, just like your dad, and his name is Craig, just like your dad. I was like, hi. He was like, hey, what's up? And then he showed me how to play Ordinary People on the piano, and I was up all night. I don't think I went to school the next day.
Yeah, we were all hanging out.
Yeah.
Total treat.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I just thought of somebody else that you met, and now I can't remember. Another one that was, Stevie Wonder.
That's also I embarrass myself just so much because I'm just an idiot and I just don't think.
I think you get that from me.
Yeah, I think so. Stevie Wonder. We were at a family get-together thing. And Uncle Joshua was like, Star, come outside. Come in the hallway. Because, they're friends with Stevie Wonder and, a lot of, just, a lot of people. And he goes, come outside. I was like, okay. We're going. He goes, I want you to meet someone. I was like, okay, who? And he takes me up to here, Stevie Wonder. I was like, what? I thought he was kidding. I was like, huh? And he was like, hey, Stevie, what's up? I want you to meet my niece. And I go, hi. I shake out my hand. I wave and I put my hand to shake. And then oh my God, he's blind. I literally didn't. And then right after I was like, and then Joshua gave me a little bit of a bump and I was like, oh my God. Give me a bump. No, you hit my arm you idiot. He's blind. I was like, oh, waving at Stevie Wonder. Hi, you want to shake my hand? Find it. What? Who does that? Me. So, yeah.
Post Malone.
Another embarrassing story. But he's a treat. Very sweet.
He's a treat, yes. I met him, too, on a separate occasion.
Yeah, he's
At
really
the,
nice.
American Music Awards, I met him.
Yeah, I met him.
Really nice.
Through a friend. I was out with Eli, and one of my friends was like, hey, where are you? What are you doing? And I was like, I'm just out with my friend. He's like, oh, come to my friend's house. We're at Austin's house. I was like, okay. And so I go, and I was like, this is Post Malone. I was like, we're at Post Malone's house.
Is his name Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I was like,
is his last name Malone?
I don't know, honestly. I actually don't know. I think his last name is Post.
Austin Post.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Sorry, can you Google that? Our assistant.
That's our assistant.
I feel like it's Austin. Is it
Austin Richard Post?
Okay, so it is Post. Okay. Yeah, he was really nice. His birthday is July 4th. So he's a Cancer just like me, so I might be a little biased, but really, really nice. And I asked him for his birthday multiple times because I was drunk. I was like, wait, when's your birthday again? And he was like, July 4th. And I was like, wait, when is it again? He was like, July 4th. I was like, you're Cancer, just like me. And then I accidentally stole his cigarettes, and that's a whole other story. And it was a complete accident.
This is really embarrassing. We might cut this out.
I won't. I edit this podcast and I'm not cutting this out because I love this story.
Okay, so I randomly met him somewhere. I honestly could not remember where we met. We met at some party and exchanged numbers. And then he messaged me and invited me to some other party. And so I go. I believe I met him there. Yeah, I met him at the party because I never like to, like, if I'm going on a date, I don't really like it when guys pick you up. I'm like, no, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Because then, like, I'm in control and I can leave whenever I want.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And I wasn't, like, into him like that, but he was kind of sweet when we met and we were talking and stuff.
And he's Irish. You got a thing for that.
Yes. I like Irish people. We're a little bit Irish, so,
Yeah.
you know. We're a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he seemed quite nice. And so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come to this party. So I met him at the party. But you know what people do before, like, I didn't really know him. So I was like, oh, let me just look him up because I didn't really know much about him. And so, which I never should have done. I watched this video on YouTube randomly because I just typed in his name. I'm like, oh, he's doing an interview with Ellen. I love Ellen DeGeneres. She's great. I've never met her, but she's lovely. Anyway, I was like, oh, this is a fun interview. And he was talking about a really bad date. And she was like, what is the worst date you've ever been on? And he's like, oh my God, I went on a date with this girl that totally, like, made out she hadn't watched the show.
Yeah, Entourage.
And then Entourage, which I couldn't even fucking remember when we were trying to come up with this episode.
Yeah, I know. You're like,
Because I've never watched Entourage.
I know.
I may have caught glimpses of it here and there. Everybody knows it. I
knows
get that.
I knows of the show. I knows of the show.
I knows of the show too. But I've never, like, watched the show. Neither of you.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
everybody knows it. Whatever. I never watched it. Anyway, in this interview with Ellen, he's going, yeah, I went on a date with a girl who said, like, she never watched the show, didn't know the show. Then she called me by my character name in the show.
Which is Eric. And I only know this because we did it, I did the research for this podcast.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I didn't remember any of it. I did not remember anything. Because this is, like, I don't know, maybe like 6, 7 years, I don't know when, years ago. And so I watched this and Ellen goes, what? She called you Eric? He goes, yeah, she called me Eric. And then she swore that she never watched the show. And I'm like, okay.
You're like, make sure I don't do that.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. Ha ha ha. That's so weird. Who does that? Anyway, I go to this party. I hope this story makes sense. I go to this party. We're there. We're having a great time. We're having some drinks. I actually run into some other people that I know. Mel Gibson was there with his girlfriend at the time. And I know Mel, like, I've known him for years. So I'm walking around. Saying hi to people that I know. And I see him by the bar. And there's, like, a couple of people in between. And I'm trying to get through this crowd of people. And I literally go, Eric! And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, why the
what
fuck
did I
did I
do?
say that? What am I saying? I actually don't know the show. I just didn't remember his fucking name. And then I walked up to him and he's standing there and he went, what did you just call me? And I tried to cover up. So I go, Irish. I called you Irish. I was like, Irish, because you're Irish. And he's like, no, you didn't. I was like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like, no. I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, Irish. I said, honestly, I couldn't think of your name. So I was like, Irish. He was like, okay.
Oh, no.
And I was like, felt so awkward.
No.
And even worse, I then sneakily went into my phone and changed his name to Irish Kevin.
just so you can be like, look,
Just
I
in
have
case.
you as Irish Kevin.
Listen, just in case he went through my phone. Who knows?
Yeah. Later that night, what does this bitch have me under? Imagine Eric from Entourage.
But I swear, it was so embarrassing. I don't know why. It just came out of my mouth and I was like, why did that happen?
Yeah.
That's happened to me other times. Sometimes stuff just comes out of my mouth. I always tell people... No, I literally always tell people, I'm like, you know what? They're like, I can't get to know you. I can't figure you out. And I'm like, join the club. I can't figure me out. because I don't even know what my next move is.
Yeah.
So surprise.
Surprise. I don't even know myself.
Because I definitely didn't know I was going to do that. It must have like subliminally got in my head.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the worst. Very embarrassing.
Oh.
Talk about embarrassing dates.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go on. Let's move on to
people.
that. Yeah. This whole episode is just going to be us talking
About all our embarrassing shit.
Yeah. So we're just trying to keep you guys
Refill.
entertained. Yeah.
So we could get real intimate.
Need a refill. My assistant. I throw the glass.
Wait, she's doing this to us.
Best friend.
So we took a little break because Zoe, my third best friend, and our new assistant
Yes.
had to make us some new drinks. But let's go right back into it. Dating.
Yes.
Dating LA, embarrassing stories. What do we have? Who should we start with? I think you.
Which one should I start with? So I have this guy who's a friend who I actually didn't date, just a friend, and he owns some clubs in town.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he invited me to one of his clubs one night, and there was a show. There was like a band performing, not a band, a group, like rappers on stage. And I was with Vicky, my cousin, who used to
Yeah.
live here. And so he's like, girls, come up on stage. So we get up on stage and we're dancing. And I just learned that move where you like jump down and come back up. This is
Yeah.
like years ago. You know,
It's
where
like
the
a
one
pop,
where-
like it's
where
like a
you,
drop.
squat.
You drop. It's like
Yeah,
a pop,
that
walk,
one.
drop.
Yeah. So I was like dancing. And I look at Victoria, my cousin, and I'm like, hey. And I drop and I come. I'm like, I ripped the whole fucking seam out of my jeans. My whole ass was out. And my friend, the guy who owns the place, took a picture of it and just kept sending it to me. Like literally just random. Started off like once a week, then once a month. Then like 6 months later, all of a sudden I got the picture
Yeah.
again of my ass. G-string, ass cheeks, and the jeans ripped completely.
I love that story. That's just a nice little.
Yeah, it's fine.
Also, we wanted to say, dating, we're not fucking all of these guys.
Yes.
Like,
For
right?
the record,
Yeah.
when we say dating, sometimes it's just like going on a date or
It's like it's
dating.
like a date.
It doesn't necessarily mean that everybody we say when we went on a date with someone or we're dating.
Embarrassing date, like dates.
Yeah. It could be a date. It doesn't mean like we're sleeping with all these guys.
I was dating 3 guys, and I was going out with you. We were going out to
Yes.
a bar, and I was like, okay, I want to invite one of them. Who should I invite? And so I had plans with, we'll call him
John Doe.
John Doe. I had plans with John Doe, but he wasn't replying to me. So I was like, all right, he's busy. He said he had plans. Who's the second one?
John No.
John No. So John No, I was like, okay, I'll invite him. So I was like, hey, what are you doing tonight? You want to come out? No reply. And it had been like an hour, and I was like, okay, he's probably like asleep. We go out late anyway. So third one, John Never.
Mm-hmm.
I invited him out. I was like, he's always up. This will work. I invite him out. And he shows up. And I was like, yay, great. Got myself a guy for the night. Ooh. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
and so this is great. About 10 minutes after John Never walks in, John No walks in. And I'm like, oh my, I literally look at you. And I'm like, what do I do?
yep. Now you had John Never and John No.
Yeah. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And you're like, nothing. Play it cool. It's nothing like like I said, we're just like dating.
Yeah.
Seeing things out, seeing what went on a couple of dates.
Yeah.
But I'm
But
like,
you're in the one place with 2 guys
yeah, who I was seeing.
that don't know, but you know. And
Yeah.
I know.
And you know. And the whole
You
fucking
know
bar
what
knows.
I know. Except them.
And I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, we need to just get out of here. This is too much.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we need to leave. Then I get a text from John Doe saying, hey, I'm heading to yours. I was out all night. We had plans. Like, I'm heading to yours.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my fucking God, what do I do? And then one of them is like, hey, like, let's hang out more. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I want to come back to your place.
yeah, welcome back to your place. Like, let's all go back to yours. Like, let's do karaoke. I was like,
And I had spoken to the other one, and the other one wasn't feeling that well. So he was like, I think I'm going to go.
you dealt with one. Well, I was
talking to the one. He goes, I think I'm going to go. He also got a little bit like, what's going on? He got a little sus about it. And then he was like, I think I'm going to go. What happened? He left?
He left, yeah.
He left.
Then the other one was like, Star, you're too drunk to drive. You can't drive home.
Yes.
I was like, no, I can. I'm good. He's like, no, let me drive your car.
And
To
then
be
I
honest,
did agree because I was like,
drunk.
Yeah, I was like, no, you can't.
And you agreed. I was like, oh, great. Thanks, Mom. I've got someone on the way to my house.
But I was like, I'll follow you and I'll drive him back to his car.
Yeah. And so you even had Dad on it. So you had Dad call me when he was driving me home. You called Dad and said, call Star.
And tell her she has to wake up early in the morning and she has to go to bed now.
Yeah. So I get a phone call from Dad. I'm like, why the fuck is my dad calling me? And I'm in the car with this guy with John. Who is it? No.
Yeah.
No, John Never. No,
John
no.
Doe.
I'm in the car
Thanks,
with one
Zoe.
of them. I'm in the car with one of them. The one who showed up way later.
Yes.
Who I texted first. But
Never.
John Nefer.
I thought John Never was at the house.
John Doe's the one that's making his way over.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you're
John
right.
Doe.
Thank you.
Thank you. What would we do without you?
Everybody's confused at this point.
Yeah.
But
Zoe's
anyway.
got it. So
We'll get the story.
he's driving me home. Dad calls me. I answer. And Dad's like, you sound wasted. You need to go to bed. You've got work tomorrow. You have things to do. You need to go to sleep right now. And I'm going to go to your house and I'm going to check on you.
Yes.
I was like, okay, all right, fine. God, bye, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, my dad's crazy. Like, he like...
And then I called you
Mhm.
and John Never was like, okay, apparently Star doesn't know where she lives. I was like, it's fine. This is close to her place. Just park and get in my car because her dad called me and she needs to go to sleep. He goes, yeah, I heard that. And then he got in the car with me and I drove him back to his car and he was like, wow, her dad's kind of like a lot, huh? I go, oh, she's just a daddy's girl and he's super overprotective.
Yeah. And then I hung out with the other one.
John Doe.
John Doe. Yeah.
Yes.
So, crazy story.
It's complicated, but
Very
we got through
complicated,
it.
But we got through it with the help of Zoe. And yeah, that was probably the worst dating. That was probably the worst. I honestly hated it.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have texted, like, my mistake. You know what? I'm to blame. Shouldn't have texted them all three in the same night. But I was probably most likely drunk since.
Well, you weren't in the beginning.
No.
One couldn't make it and then all of a sudden showed up. What can you do?
No, exactly.
And I'm sure loads of guys have that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long time ago. This person will never remember. I've given so many massages since. No. I was on a date. Do you want to say anything else?
No, I was just going to say,
Who cares?
who gives a fuck?
Really? Okay, so I went on this date with a guy. Actually, no, I didn't even go on a date. He just came over. I had this like temporary place where I was staying when I was recording music and stuff, and I was like staying in this like cute little apartment that was not mine. And this guy who did music came over to hang out, and we never even like really hooked up, but it got a little like frisky. For some reason, I was like, he was like, oh, my neck hurts. I was like, I'll give you a massage. I'm really good at that. And so this guy is like, oh my God, that's great. I was like, yeah. And I was just like sitting on the sofa and I'm like, take off your shirt. So I take off his shirt. Great body, by the way. And I'm like massaging him and I'm like, wait. Let me get some lotion because it's kind of like uncomfortable. So I go in the bathroom, but it's not my place and it's not my stuff. And I just grab this bottle and I put it on my hands and I start massaging and I'm like looking, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Then it kind of like starts like bubbling up and foaming and I'm like, what the fuck have I put on this guy's back? And then I'm like, fuck, this is shampoo. I'm literally like dry rubbing shampoo on somebody's back. But I don't want to be like, excuse me, I think I just put shampoo.
Yeah, you don't want to say, I put shampoo on your back.
So I just continue on and I just keep massaging and I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'll just keep going. And then he was like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm like, okay. And it's like all white now. How am I going to get out of this? So then I'm like, he was like, oh, that's so good. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, all right, don't move. Stay right there. I'm just going to go get something. Do not move. And I go in the bathroom and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I get a towel and I like wet it in hot water, like really nice, like a nice towel, like, because I'm like, I'll just finish it off with like a heated towel. So I go in the bathroom and I get the towel and I come out and I'm like, right, wipe off all the fucking soap as much as I can. I put on the heated towel and I wiped it off and then dabbed him dry. He was like, that's the best massage ever. I was like, you're welcome. But yes, that was it. Yes.
Okay. God, we had to take a break after that because I was honestly in tears and I need another drink. I mean, yeah, I don't even want to say it anymore. I feel like you did a top.
That was it. You done?
You topped it. I mean, I'll say it.
Say it. Because, you know, we can cut it out if it's not as funny.
Okay. Well, I went on a date. Went on a date. Were you laughing just thinking about me falling? I went on a date. Spoiler, I fall. I went on a date, and I was with my mom, and I was like, hey, I'm going to this place with my mom. You want to come? And the guy was like, yeah, sure. So we go out, and we go back to my house. He's walking me home. You were staying over, so you were at mine. You were waiting by the...
I already got to yours earlier. You guys were driving together.
Yeah. And so he was dropping me off. He's like, I'll walk you in. I was like, okay.
And there was no parking, so you had to park really far.
Yeah, so he's like, I'll walk you into the place. I was like, okay. I walk up, and I was like, me drunk, thinking that I'm so fucking cool. I'm like, let's race. Let's do a little race to my place. Because I was on cross country, so I'm like, I'm fast. I've got it. Let's go. And he was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And I had like little heels on. Not big heels, like little heels. And I was running. I saw he was going faster than me, and I was like, all right. So I started going faster. I think that my little fucking legs couldn't keep up with that fast that I was going. That they just tripped over each other. They just tripped over each other. And I was going so fast that when I fell, I slid all the way across the floor.
The fucking gravel.
The gravel, the concrete, the fucking tar in the middle of the street. I slid so far from where I had actually fallen. My pants were ripped.
All the way here from
my knee to my thigh and a little bit from my shin. That's how far that I had skid across the concrete. and my mom was looking. She went, oh.
Because I saw there were parked cars. And I saw you both running, and I was like, that's so fun. Go Star, go Star. And then all of a sudden, I didn't see you. And I saw him run for a little bit more. And he realized, and he turned back. He went, oh, my God. Oh. I was like.
No, I swear to God, I fucking slipped like a fucking mile. I don't know. It was the longest
you
slide.
fell, and I was like, fuck.
I was running really fast, honestly.
You fell, and I was like, haha. And then I was like, wait, I hope she's okay. Because obviously you are my child. And then you got up, and I was like, oh, she's fine.
I got up, I was laughing. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, that's crazy. Oh my God, I didn't even notice I fell. Like, what's going on? We go inside. I was like, let's go inside. I go to the bathroom with you. I go, love it.
You were like, Mom, come here.
And we go to the bathroom. I start crying. I go, it hurts so fucking bad.
But
and
also, I couldn't believe
pants.
how your pants were ripped, like the whole thigh.
No, because I'm telling you,
shredded.
I'm telling you, I skid. I could feel myself fall, but then continue to move.
You slid.
I slid, and that's how I ripped completely up to
and
like
your
my
whole
hip.
knee was
My
cut and
whole
everything.
knee was just.
I think you have a
ripped
scar.
Open. I do have a pretty big scar, and I had blood all in my trousers. Like, it was so bad. And I
The
was
trousers that were on the street ripped off.
Yeah, no, I threw those away. I literally went inside. I was like, oh my God. Oh God. god, that was crazy. I go upstairs like, I literally started crying. I was like, I was like, Mom, I tried so hard not to cry. And you're like, it's okay, it's okay.
I was like, yeah, it's fine. It wasn't that embarrassing. Awkward.
I played it off, I think, pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, yeah, my whole knee, I still have a scar from it.
Yeah.
But anyway. Whew.
Anyway, another little topic that we were talking about is girls don't like that.
Yeah.
So when whatever the fuck guys do, whatever they want to do, we've got a thing like girls don't
Girls
like
don't
that.
like it.
Like when you're driving your fucking cars all fast down the street, like
Fucking loud, and it hurts my ears.
girls
I'm most
don't.
likely hungover.
We're
but
like
girls don't like
that.
it.
When you're sending,
Okay, you know
Random-
what? Dick pics, randomly.
yeah,
Girls don't like it.
girls don't like that. I don't want no dick pics unless the dick is like in costume. Put a sombrero on it, put a cape on it, like super dick. No? I don't know. No?
No.
Oh.
I would be like that. This guy's fucking weird.
I'd be like, that's fucking hilarious.
But think about it.
A little mustache?
No, think about it. He took time to buy a little mustache and a little hat for his dick.
Yeah. That means like he gives a fuck.
About his dick.
Unless, yeah, and maybe he's probably sending that to everyone.
That's just the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life.
I want to see a penis with a sombrero. No?
Oh, well, get ready.
Get
Hey,
ready.
guys, send her some,
No. Oh my God. No. Just kidding. No.
No.
Okay, no dick pics unless you're dating
Unless
somebody.
you're dating and you're like, hey.
Not dating.
Not dating.
If you're actually with someone.
When you're,
If it's requested.
yeah.
Yes.
If a dick pic is requested, send a dick pic. Or if I'm like texting you like horny little stuff, send a little dick pic. If we're
Yeah.
sexting, send a little dick pic. Easy,
not
simple.
random.
Not fucking just randomly, hey, how's your day? I don't know, fucking ask him. Like, what do you, like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Don't send me a picture of your dick because I asked you.
Especially if you've not slept with the person.
Yeah.
That's really bad. Yes. I'm ready. The dating. Okay.
Okay, we finished dating. Oh.
We finished embarrassing moments, dating, celebrities. We've covered it all in this beautiful room.
Yes, which I think we should be filming in
Yes.
from now on, right?
Yes.
You agree?
When it doesn't take us 4 hours.
Oh, the setup took forever because we're idiots. And we did not think about, we didn't think about anything. We were like, oh yeah, this is great.
What I did.
It'll just be like at home when we recorded our first episode.
Still remember what I did with the camera?
Yeah, she took a little mini SD card and put it in a big SD card, and then she put it in her camera. And then we set everything up, finally.
Yes.
But it took forever. But this is the studio that we will be.
Yes, I love
using.
this background. I love all of it.
Okay, do you prefer a guy to make a move on a first date? Let's finish it off with these last questions.
Sorry, I'm trying to get serious. Do I want a guy to make a move on the first date? Not really. No, I don't think so.
I always make the move on the first date.
Yes,
I
leave
did.
it up to the girl.
Yeah, leave it up to the girl. I did with Dylan, my current boyfriend, but he is very amazing, and he's also going to be on our next podcast. We're going to be interviewing him
Yes.
on the release of his new song.
Dozy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Desi.
God, I'm going to wear my sweatshirt.
Yeah. My mom's his biggest fan, so.
Dozy merch.
Yeah. But I did make the first move. He slid in the DMs, which is honestly great for him. I love that.
But it did take a while.
It took a while because I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what's up with him? Because he said he wanted to make music.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay.
Well, I think that's a really good move.
But I was
Because
like,
if
do you
you'd
want
have
to make
sent
music or do you?
If he would have sent a dick pic, you would have never spoke to him again. And if
Yeah.
he would have said, you know what I hate? Hey,
Hey.
fuck off.
Yeah.
If he would have said, oh my God, you're so beautiful.
No, yeah. He was like, hey, I mean, we had a mutual friend. That's how he found me. But anyway, we'll get into that.
But
in
also,
the
like,
next
it was a
episode.
very good start. He said, do you want to make music?
Yeah.
So that's like something
But
that's
the
gonna
amount of like DMs I've gotten that are like, hey, let's make music.
True.
And it's not.
But he's also super cute.
He is very cute. So, next time we'll be having a special guest, Dozy, also known as Dylan. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of us embarrassing ourselves, basically.
Right now we're really drunk, and I blame Zoe, our assistant, for making these hot ass drinks. And
These hot-ass drinks.
I don't know. And what do we say?
Like, comment, subscribe, and follow.
Follow us. Listen to our podcast. We love you.
Thank you so much. Mwah,
Thank
mwah.
you.
Bear with us. We're still getting used to things.
Yes, we're going to get better. I promise.